Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another video. This is another paid request, this time from Sebastian. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, topics, reactions, reviews, commentaries, re-reviews, randomness, out of blueness, whatever it may be, I will try to get to it as soon as I can. This is for Murder by Natural Causes from 1979, which I never heard of this, but it's a TV movie. But what was interesting was it was written by the creators of Columbo. And this does play off like a Columbo style mystery, which I remember liking Columbo. I actually have, let's see, is that it? Yeah. I would like to, sadly this is all scratched up so I don't watch it much, but I bought a used. That's in a store actually, not online. And that's the risk of it, you know. Some of the episodes worked, some of it didn't. This is only the first season. But pretty much like each episode was like the length of a movie. And I don't know if there's a box set of Columbo. But if so, I would like to maybe pick it up one day. Because these are interesting stories. Part of me wishes Columbo was in this. But at the very least we got Hal Holbrook, which in a way it kind of is his own Columbo, and he's the intended victim, which makes it even more interesting. But yeah, what made this work for me was number one, the script, and number two, Hal Holbrook. Hal Holbrook, or may he rest in peace, I always enjoyed him as an actor. He was in a very underrated film called Rituals, which to me is a better version of Deliverance. That's the way I saw it. Rituals is a really good one. He was in John Carpenter's The Fog. He was in Creepshow and the segment with The Crate. I always enjoyed him as an actor. He plays a mentalist, a guy who reads minds. But you find out that, you know, there's some tricks to that as well. Now, he's doing TV shows, like he's playing to the audience about this safe and what's the combination of this safe and what could be inside the safe, and they didn't play into this late night TV show. And meanwhile, his wife is cheating on him. His wife is cheating on him with Barry Bostwick. Barry Bostwick was in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. He was on the TV show Spin City, Megaforce. The good guys always win, even in the 80s, with Megaforce. It was cool to see Barry Bostwick in there. I liked him as an actor. And pretty much goes into Hal Holbrook doing his job, playing to the different crowds, whether late night or a group of women, and, you know, I see this person here, oh, it's your dog, you know, that type of scenario. Now, I do think, in a way, this could have worked as just like a 40-45 minute episode. Because I do think there's a bit too much padding with the lovers and their plan. Like the wife playing with Barry Bostwick, and the dialogue between those two was the least interesting because it just felt like the same stuff repeated. Oh, the plan. The plan is because Hal Holbrook's character has a bad heart, has a pacemaker, a way to scare him to death. But in the middle portion, it kind of just pussyfoots around where, yeah, they're kind of spinning their wheels where him and they're just like saying the same stuff over and over again. So, like I said, I don't think it needed to be a full-length movie. Like I said, an episode of a show, even like let's say it's an hour long for commercials, 50 minutes, I think that would suffice. But the actors worked well, and the finales, when the last 30-35 minutes is when it really made this a pretty decent affair. When you find out there's more than meets the eye, and there's some people that know more than what's going on, and again, that made the story a bit more interesting. It's hard to get into that without spoiling. Like I said, it has that Columbo mystery. Well, I can't even say that, because the Columbo, you find out what happened at the beginning, and then the mystery is Columbo, how does he figure it out? So it doesn't really have that format, now that I think about it. When Barry Bostwick meets Hal Holbrook, that's, I think, when the movie really kicks into gear for me. It isn't made for TV. There's no action. There's no like car chases. None of that stuff. It's based on the script and the actors. And of course, when you first watch it, you don't quite know where it's going. I'm going to spoilers starting now. I have to. It's the only way I can do it. There's this push-up competition, and Barry Bostwick's like edging Hal Holbrook. Oh, I don't know if you can do so much. Oh, I don't know if you can do this and do that. Oh, I could still do it. Hal Holbrook's doing push-ups, and he's faltering. And you're like, will his heart fail? Will his heart not fail? And Bostwick's, oh, I don't know. I mean, I do like 50 push-ups. I mean, it's nothing normal. I think, you know, old man, just, you know, ease up. I think it'd be ease up, okay. Like Barry Bostwick, you get that his character's a little bit more of a hot-headed type of character, while Hal Holbrook's a bit more of a smarter character. And then throughout, it's like playing with your expectations. Like Hal Holbrook pretends he's having a heart attack, but then he laughs. He goes, you know, dying is really hard in the throat. You know, you just do commercials. You should do more, man. You should go, you know, that review you got for that play you did, this Barry Bostwick's character as an actor, they treat you badly. And Barry Bostwick's getting pissed, and then Hal's wife comes home, and he knew, listen, I knew your guys' plan, I knew what was going on, and, you know, never cheat on a man who employs a private detective. So pretty much that whole conversation comes about. Then Barry Bostwick leaves, saying, hey, I got a letter. He's like, I got a letter, and you tried to kill me, and if you try to do something again, this letter's going to go to the cops. But then this guy who's a good friend of Hal Holbrook, he comes in, and then he's actually also sleeping with the wife, and they were going to use Barry Bostwick as a patsy, and then there's a gun, and it shoots Hal Holbrook, and you think Hal Holbrook's dead, but then that's not the case, because Hal knew that was happening too, just as he says, well, I have a private detective. If I could follow lover A, I could also follow lover B. And I was hoping my friend George that he would have a change of heart. And all those bullets, I know he had one blank, but I took all the bullets and put them all as blanks. And liking Hal Holbrook, liking him as an actor, knowing that he was the intended victim, it was just cool to see the victim be the smartest guy in the room, be the smartest guy in the movie, and which makes sense as a mentalist. Number one, he uses a private detective. That's how he's able to do these things. It's sleight of hand. Like there's a bit earlier on with, you'll pick a card, and then Barry Bostwick finds there's like 52 cassettes for each of the 52 cards. So once he knows what the card is, he can just get the cassette, play it, and be, oh yeah, that's the card. As if I saw it before you even picked it out. Trick's sleight of hand, and also the way it ends I thought was interesting and in a weird way satisfying, because the way it ends is he's got the gun with real bullets. He's like, I got three alternatives. One, I could tell Barry Bostwick and he'd be pissed at you because he would learn that you and this other lover tried to make up a patsy. Number two, I could call the cops. Or number three, I could shoot you. I mean, you got fingerprints of the gun of Barry Bostwick's character. You're going to frame him for my murder. So I could do the same thing. And also recorded the confession that you and my friend George had. So he's not going to say anything, otherwise this recording is going to go to the police. Barry Bostwick, they're not going to believe him, because the fingerprints are on the gun and all this jazz. And I'm sure that, you know, you were trying to tell to your friends how Barry Bostwick's character was so angry and so volatile, and Because you wanted to make him a patsy. So I could use that against you. And then she's like, what are you going to do? It's like, well, why don't you read my mind? And the camera kind of focuses into their eyes. And then the movie ends, so you can come to the conclusion what he does. More than likely, he shoots her. But I guess for a 1979 TV movie, maybe they felt that would be too dark, but you can make your own mind up that that's what he did. I thought that was a good line to end it. Why don't you read my mind? And like I said, the way the story has its twists, but at the same time, they were understandable and believable to me. As if you're a guy who planned ahead very well, and that's part of his job. You see throughout how he's able to guess these certain things, that he's a good planner, that it's about him collecting information, use it for his own purposes. Granted, not in a sinister way. And, you know, this lady who cheated on him with 2 people, and, you know, fuck the bitch. But I thought it was an interesting story. Like I said, I thought the middle kind of was dilly-dallying along with Barry Bostwick, the girl planning. Like, we get the plan. You kind of move it along. Like I said, it does. I think it would work better as an episode of a TV show instead of a full-length movie. But the third act, the last 35 minutes, I think was worth it and was interesting. And like I said, a lot of times if I get a main character, either I really like the actor or I really like the character, or both. This, I really like the lead actor. That does help quite a bit. And like I said, Barry Bostwick, nice to see him in there as well. And like I said, for a movie I'd never heard of, interesting story. You know, the script by, you know, the guys who write Columbo, they definitely know their hands in mysteries, so not too bad at all for a TV movie. Not too bad at all. It's for free on YouTube. I just spoiled it. I did warn people. But I thought if you like a movie where the victim gets a mental comeuppance on the antagonist, and it's more about, again, acting and dialogue, it's worth a watch. Or if you're a big fan of Hal Holbrook like I am, it's worth a watch for that as well. So, thanks once again, Sebastian, for that. Thank you guys. Take care, and we will see you guys later. Bye-bye. And sorry for the background noise. There's people pounding nails, construction, all this other stuff going on. This is at least it's a nice sunny day out. So that's where everybody comes out. So thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.